mackerel, high in fat content. This fish is juicy and tender when grilled. Thai shrimp salad, vermicelli and lettuce topped with shrimp, scallions, and other delicious ingredients. A dressing made of fish sauce and vinegar gives it a more tropical feel. 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 Flour chirashi, a unique type of sushi with salmon and eggs scattered over sushi rice. I'd have that. I'd have that. That sounds amazing. I'd have that. I'd have that. That sounds amazing. Kiwami chirashi, a traditional sushi with tuna and squid and salmon scattered lavishly over rice. I hope I could do the squid thing. I hope I could do the squid thing. Gives it a more tropical feel. Gives it a more tropical feel. Gives it a more tropical feel. Hokkaido mackerel, high in fat content. This fish is juicy and tender when grilled. Thai shrimp salad, vermicelli and lettuce topped with shrimp, scallions, and other delicious ingredients. A dressing made of fish sauce and vinegar gives it a more tropical feel. 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 Flour chirashi, a unique type of sushi with salmon and eggs scattered over sushi rice. I'd have that. I'd have that. That sounds amazing. I'd have that. I'd have that. That sounds amazing. I'd have that. A rice bowl, fresh, moving tuna. That sounds amazing. I'd have that. That sounds amazing. I'd have that. That sounds amazing. Hokkaido mackerel, high in fat content. This fish is juicy and tender when grilled. Thai shrimp salad, vermicelli and lettuce topped with shrimp, scallions, and other delicious ingredients. A dressing made of fish sauce and vinegar gives it a more tropical feel. 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 Flour chirashi, a unique type of sushi with salmon and eggs scattered over sushi rice. I'd have that. I'd have that. That sounds amazing. I'd have that. I'd have that. That sounds amazing. Kiwami chirashi, a traditional sushi with tuna and squid and salmon scattered lavishly over rice. I hope I could do the squid thing. I hope I could do the squid thing. Gives it a more tropical feel. Gives it a more tropical feel. Gives it a more tropical feel. Hokkaido mackerel, high in fat content. This fish is juicy and tender when grilled. Thai shrimp salad, vermicelli and lettuce topped with shrimp, scallions, and other delicious ingredients. A dressing made of fish sauce and vinegar gives them a more tropical feel. 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 Flour chirashi, a unique type of sushi with salmon and eggs scattered over sushi rice. I'd have that. I'd have that. That sounds amazing. I'd have that. I'd have that. That sounds amazing. I'd have that. A rice bowl, topped with fresh bluefin tuna. That sounds amazing. I'd have that. That sounds amazing. I'd have that. That sounds amazing. Hokkaido mackerel, high in fat content. This fish is juicy and tender when grilled. Thai shrimp salad, vermicelli and lettuce topped with shrimp, scallions, and other delicious ingredients. A dressing made of fish sauce and vinegar gives them a more tropical feel. 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 Flour chirashi, a unique type of sushi with salmon and eggs scattered over sushi rice. I'd have that. I'd have that. That sounds amazing. I'd have that. I'd have that. That sounds amazing. Umami chirashi, a traditional sushi with tuna, squid, and salmon scattered lavishly over rice. I hope I could do the squid thing. I hope I could do the squid thing. Gives them a more tropical feel. Gives them a more tropical feel. Gives them a more tropical feel. Hokkaido mackerel, high in fat content. This fish is juicy and tender when grilled. Thai shrimp salad, vermicelli and lettuce topped with shrimp, scallions, and other delicious ingredients. A dressing made of fish sauce and vinegar gives them a more tropical feel. 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 Flour chirashi, a unique type of sushi with salmon and eggs scattered over sushi rice. I'd have that. I'd have that. That sounds amazing. I'd have that. I'd have that. That sounds amazing. I'd have that. A rice bowl, topped with fresh bluefin tuna. That sounds amazing. I'd have that. That sounds amazing. I'd have that. That sounds amazing. Hokkaido mackerel, high in fat content. This fish is juicy and tender when grilled. Thai shrimp salad, vermicelli and lettuce topped with shrimp, scallions, and other delicious ingredients. A dressing made of fish sauce and vinegar gives it a more tropical feel. 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 Flour chirashi, a unique type of sushi with salmon and eggs scattered over sushi rice. I'd have that. I'd have that. That sounds amazing. I'd have that. I'd have that. That sounds amazing. Kiwami chirashi, a traditional sushi with tuna and squid and salmon scattered lavishly over rice. I hope I could do the squid thing. I hope I could do the squid thing. Is it a more tropical feel? Is it a more tropical feel? Is it a more tropical feel? Hokkaido mackerel, high in fat content. This fish is juicy and tender when grilled. Thai shrimp salad, vermicelli and lettuce topped with shrimp, scallions, and other delicious ingredients. A dressing made of fish sauce and vinegar gives it a more tropical feel. 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 Flour chirashi, a unique type of sushi with salmon and eggs scattered over sushi rice. I'd have that. I'd have that. That sounds amazing. I'd have that. I'd have that. That sounds amazing. I'd have that. A rice bowl, even topped with fresh bluefin tuna. That sounds amazing. I'd have that. That sounds amazing. I'd have that. That sounds amazing.
It's been 10 years. Congratulations. You've already won the day by gracing and therefore humbling the uncommon soul with your mere presence alone. You need to know you're awesome for doing that. You also need to know I have no real good idea on how to celebrate the 10 years, and I can't, in 2 hours today anyway, work in like an hour or two of games that I've streamed and played over the last 10 years. And it turns out the first one of those very well might have been Final Fantasy XIV. I can't do anything about that unless I make it big, big, big. I'm just not in a place to do that right now. I can make it about 10 games just as a whole that matter to me, but it would feel more personal if they were 10 games that I've shared with you all that have been some kind of big deal, but many of those I've beaten and I can't bring myself to go back into at the moment. It just doesn't feel right enough. But I have no idea. None whatsoever. All I know is I need to bring this sound back down and everything's right where it should be regarding that. And I'm glad that Arya is back. And in fact, we don't have much character story with Arya left. It happens. It's all good. I mean, I'm holding myself to an unnecessarily high standard. I'm aware of this. This is 10 years. That's kind of a huge deal. I hate that I'm not doing anything about it, but that's only one opinion. And I appreciate any other opinions about that. And hello, the Beast Gamer Kuma. I just hate mainly that Facebook doesn't consider that a big enough memory to put it in their memory section. It's 10 years to the day, and it ain't even in Facebook's memory section for me. That is angering. Not seriously, of course, but it's still, like, why would they leave that out? I did water things, I see. And I'm pretty sure I bought all the lump potatoes I literally can in this season. I think I want to go buy more seeds before I go in. I do want to make a couple of return bells. Understandable about the lurking in and out since at work. Work has got to come first. It has to. I don't know that I want to make any of those things, though. Not today. Can, but I don't want to right now. There's time for that. Right now,
Take it easy.
I want to go buy some Argene seeds. It ain't time just yet for the Stella Nursery. We getting there, but not yet. Just not yet, or not just yet. At least don't have no winter seeds. Argene's got them. I bought all the cabbage. Forgot about that too. Today's the 7th. And I want to grow more chili plants. I really do. Let me see, though, about how worthwhile it'd be to sell them. And what are they saying? Oh. Let me see here about the chili plants. Harvestella. They're 800 for the seeds, 1300 for the plants. Which they're used in more than a few things. As crazy as it is, I'm gonna go ahead and buy them. And I want to have the money where eventually I can't even get any more of those. That'd be fine with me. Because that would hopefully mean I had been mad on the hustle. Because I got enough room for it all. In fact, it can all be auto-watered over here. And I wish I had the money to get 4 more for this. I probably could if I fish for rare fish and get a delivery out of it. That could happen. But where should I fish? None of those places, because I already got them. I'd still rather fish over here. I don't need to do any of that. I did all that earlier. So let's go ahead with the fish then. Read off 2 of these cards. So to drum up any memories if anyone had anything they wanted to comment on regarding things. I could have let that go by mistake, but I didn't. In Donkey Kong Country for the SNES, the Super Nintendo, I'd rather just say SNES. A second player could join in as your sidekick named not Cranky Kong, not Candy Kong, not Tiny Kong, not Chunky Kong, not Lanky Kong. but Diddy Kong, who would eventually become a playable fighter in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Super Mario 64 for the Nintendo 64, not the fish, begins with Princess Peach not necessarily being kidnapped by Bowser, although that does happen. Not getting lost in her castle, well, maybe not lost, but she ends up in her castle somehow, a little more literally than that sounds. Not falling through a magic portal. I want to think that must have happened somewhere in multiple games. But Super Mario 64 started with, "Dear Mario, please come to the castle. I have baked a cake for you. Yours truly, Princess Toadstool, Peach." That's how it started. Inviting him over for cake. These are not the fish I'm looking for, but they can be sold. Eversweet fish, though, actually gets cooked into things, so I ought to keep that. If it got any colder, though, the waterfall could freeze. It'd have to be, like, gnawing cold. The biggest bites of cold. And sell that, too. But it's not what I can turn in for some quick money. That's what I want to turn in for quick money. Because I'd like those chili plants to all be available on the same day. Regular Aurelian. But it ain't the fish. It ain't a rare fish that I don't have. That's what I'm looking for. Oh boy. So it ain't enough that Dragon Ball Daima has its characters available in Dragon Ball... What is it? Why do I forget the latest Budokai Tenkaichi game? It's not Dragon Ball Z, is it? No, Sparking. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Man, I've forgotten that name. It's not enough that the Dragon Ball Daima versions of characters are available in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Now they're coming in a Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Daima, Adventure Through the Demon Realm Part 1. So Daima's coming into the old Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. It feels old anyway. It's been a few years, hasn't it? Oh boy, that's concerning. It's not concerning that Fallout Season 2 has wrapped production. That's happy. Oh boy. The simplest thing. No. Who is a fan of the Mission Impossible movies? I don't remember watching any myself, and am I missing out on very, very death-defying stunts? There it must be. I think that's the rare fish I'm looking for, the Springbringer carp. These quiet fish don't usually appear in front of humans, but in winter they poke their heads out of the water as if to check if spring has come yet. Weirdly, they disappear again in spring. Is that rare fish? No. That's just a new fish. And I do need to catch them all as it is, but that was not the fish I was hoping for. That's not a type of rare fish. And I really thought it was. I got my hopes up for nothing. Not nothing. I got my hopes up for too little. I got my hopes up for too little. But let me keep working. And I think people love them some Dune the Dark Ages. I probably should play that my own self. Now, I'm gonna double check this because I swear. But I need it at a certain time. If it's not there, I can't get it, and it's not a great feeling. I'm pretty intent on this, too. Oops. I absolutely did that well wrong. That was awful. Got all that. And of course, that is the only place. Man, I need this. I need this fish. I really need this fish. I can say want, but it feels more like a need. It just ain't popping out. It just ain't popping out. Still working on it. And running low on time here, it feels like. If I can't get it before 8, I'm gonna restart. Probably not go to Argene until I do. And then there's enough time to buy at least 24 seeds. I am that adamant about it. So I guess those must be exclusive to winter then. That would make a whole lot of sense. It'd make a whole lot of sense. Why don't I search in the Reddit? Yeah, I can't get it here right now, so let's try this again. Give this 2 more tries. If it don't happen, then I'll just have to try again another in-game day if I can. A lot of this is all 2 years ago. Where, oh where, it's on the farm for sure. Definitely here on the farm. Still no. And I couldn't get myself to save with that Springbringer carp. There's so much winter left. I'm pretty sure it can be any season. Then there's a rare Springbringer carp, or high quality. I'm not sure about that. High quality again. None of those, not worried. Let's see. I don't think it's just summer. I don't think it is. Where, oh, where, what, how? Then more gold spring bringer. Or I could fish somewhere else for another rare fish. Another Aurelian. Then again, it is all different here. No. Come on, rare fish. Alright, need to eat. I was doing that one-handed, so I pressed the wrong button. I hope it's not between a season. Monotamen. No. That was an accident. I was mashing too much. I am so intent. It's all quiet on my end, I know. I'm just so intent. Let's see. What are other sources saying? Now I got regular version of that too. Where though? Or should I be looking for something else after all? I probably could not worry about the Springbringer carps today. There's still gonna be time. Doesn't mention anything about summer or winter or fall. Only to need fishing expertise level 2, which I have. So I am gonna keep going for this. I'm just that daring, that intent. If I can't get one rare fish, I can try and get another rare fish. One that I don't have that I'm able to grab. I can. So what would that be? I don't want to do nighttime. I got a feeling about that. Yeah. That I could go for. Let's see. I'm gonna keep going. And I will keep trying. At least right now, and then one more save file reset. One more save scum. But I could go for the Springbringer carp later. But I ought to see about whether the fish are available only in the winter. It's a the Springbringer carp sure looks like one. I think that's the only one in the winter, which is totally fine. it looks like the only ones with seasonal requirements are the Springbringer Carp and the Giant Salamander. If that's the case, then it'll be alright. It'll be A-okay if that's the case, and I think that's the case. Better than I was thinking. So far, though, I ain't getting the good luck right now. But I'm staying adamant about it. I'm still trying. Another Aurelian. But I'm not gonna keep it. It just doesn't have to happen. I ought to go through my stream history from Sully Gnome and or Twitch Tracker to see about all the different games I streamed over the years. Boy, would I want to be reminded. I actually do. Will I get it fast enough? Because 7:30 will be too late. And unfortunately, it's getting there. I'm still going for it, and now I can't. So frankly, I can just pull it in now. May as well have that muscle memory of the sensation and the pull in. This is the nearest place for me to fish, so that's why I'm trying one more time for it. I may as well get the ketchup omelet ready when it's time. Maybe now I can actually go to Twitch Tracker and see about... No. Some of that stuff will be missing. Since I made a name change, it won't all be there. It'll be alright, though. Yeah, the first stream tracked when I became the Uncommon Soul instead of just Uncommon was either Monday or Sunday in August 2017. So let me go all the way to the last page. Probably one of the N64's best. I'm thinking it's The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. That had to be when I started under the Uncommon Soul name, August 6th, 2017. So I'll have to rely on my Facebook for some of the stuff I streamed in 2015 and 16. I'll do it though. Let's see. Definitely Ocarina of Time. Then the City of Final Fantasy NT, the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, I imagine. Then Majora's Mask. Then I did an inaugural Uncommon Dad Memorial stream. And then more Majora's Mask. Dead Rising 4, not the smartest idea. Dead Rising 2, on the other hand, was plenty of fun. Then Resident Evil 4, a remaster of the original. Super Mario Odyssey. Actually, I'd been doing some Fire Emblem Warriors streams as well. And Stardew Valley. But I definitely did not finish streams of Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age. and I don't care. Am I planning on getting the Switch 2? Plan? Yes. When? I have no idea. The older man in me really hates the thought of not having some kind of physical version of Mario Kart World. But bundled together, that's $30 off the $80. I am too stubborn with the physical stuff, but it feels like Nintendo wants to go digital, and Steam has done that for decades, and I'm good. I'm better with the digital. I mean, this is, but I don't know when I should get it. One reason I do want to is not just for me. I want to be able to provide a party of sorts, provide a party favor, in having more people able to play Mario Kart World. So I'm not sure how many people are going to get the Switch 2 out of who I know. And I want to give them the opportunity to do so. And then, of course, share those games with you all as well. But for as long as I can remember, especially with the Switch, the only games I get are exclusives. There have been valuable ones, like all 4 Xenoblade Chronicles games now. That is definitely something worth that you won't be getting on other platforms. The only thing Kuma can say with people about that physical on consoles, we have to install, so all the content is not even on there. Physical doesn't even have stuff with the game like it used to, like a map or a poster with a physical copy. I understand all of that, and I miss the instruction manuals that came with games. I would actually have read those. I would read them today. And you could not be more correct if you tried. And then even if everything seemed to be on there at the time, there's going to be DLC. Downloadable content or things that have been done by PC for a long time. It's not like the old days on cartridges when there were, it seemed, everything on there. And it's definitely convenient for the devs to update and have the players download. And it would save the players any kind of a headache if they feel a headache from rebuying the same game over and over again, which that can be a headache. But it was not a thing we thought about much back then. We just wanted the new Street Fighter, for example. Or wanted Scorpion back in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 when Mortal Kombat 3 didn't have the man. Kuma would love a map poster of the world he's exploring with a physical copy. That would be fire. Doesn't, and understandably doesn't want to spend like $150 or $300 for a game that it doesn't matter for. That can be a not big flex like I feel with the various collector's editions of games I've gotten. And I'm not even trying to flex on having those. They just matter immensely, like Tekken 8, Final Fantasy 16, which I've still not started yet. And come to think, what are even collector's editions of games that I feel a mighty need for this year? How many people would buy a collector's edition of Grand Theft Auto 6 next year? A lot of people would buy that game, but how many people would buy the collector's edition, I wonder? And who else read instruction manuals when they came with games back in the day? Because that was a joy in and of itself. Kuma believes a good amount of people would buy a collector's edition of GTA 6. It would sure make sense. Now, while it does make sense, what would the price of it be considering how much higher game prices are going to be? But I almost feel like when you take inflation into account, I don't know if the games were all that much cheaper back in the day when we take inflation into account. I can't speak on that. Kuma liked reading the lore and the instruction manuals. That was a fun thing too, not just how to play, reading stuff about the characters and how they relate to the story and all. Get to know them a little before going into the game. They don't give you too much. They don't spoil the whole thing, like some trailers of movies and some games may actually spoil big chunks of the game if you're not careful. Even back in the day, Kuma points out games weren't cheap. Back in the day, Sonic 3 was $70 at launch. I was way too young to care about that. I didn't think about numbers and math and money and having to actually spend out the butt for some games. Back then, value of the dollar was a little higher, I think, and it was a little more possible to be able to get your own house and car and some other things. You didn't always have to have 2 jobs, it seemed, in the earlier days. Kuma already knows. We definitely didn't think on it back then. He already knows. But if it was $70 back when we were kids, $70 games now was what they paid back then. But again, the dollar was more valuable back then. Your parents could get more things without 2 jobs back then. And the dollar amounts to less than it did back then. And the tech was low tech back then as well. And come to think, as fun as Sonic 3 is, and it is mad fun, would it have been worth the $70? Would it have been better at 50 or 40 or 60? Because it wasn't as long, but it definitely could be replayed. Honestly, most any game can be replayed. I mean, look at the people speedrunning long RPGs like Final Fantasy VII. Clearly replayable. But the Phantasy Star games would probably have been more worth the 70 because of how long they were. At least in my flawed opinion. I've been trying for a rare fish here and it just does not want to get caught. It hits 7:30 in game. I'll go to the other place I'm thinking of instead. Because I will make this happen, or I get at least 24 chili plants. That will happen. I'm going to make it happen. A lot of things we didn't notice as kids, like 100% completion for Sonic 3 was 3 hours for $70. But we didn't. I don't know that this concept of speedrunning had been a thing back then. Well, no. NES World Championships complete things in a short time. That was definitely a public thing. But it wasn't as far-reaching because the internet didn't exist. But if you were in the know, you read those magazines like Nintendo Power, you might have heard of it. But I want to thank either YouTube or Justin.tv helped really bring about the whole speedrunning thing to bigger masses. But the NES World Championships did exist for that, to finish stuff in a short time. Or so I'm led to believe. Not just the score attacks, if they were a thing. Okay. I'm going to Panthalassa Junction now to try. Because I am very adamant about the chili plant thing.
Bring back souvenirs.
I am very determined. There's a place to fish here. There's 2 places to fish here, and it don't matter where. But I could also go for high quality opera leaves. But I think right now I'm a little more adamant on the fish. That's a big distance of a cast there. But the fish here could definitely feel irradiated or mutated. Like a firefly squid. I don't remember if I got a high quality one before. If I didn't, I did now. But I know I did catch a firefly squid before. I know I did catch that. Oh, fishing. I have to wonder if the next time I ever go fishing IRL, I'm gonna do like I do here. Try and close my eyes and really focus. Really wait for the feel of the fish. Or should I use my eyes then and see the bobber go underwater? I ain't worried about them firefly squids. Those are nothing. I need something rarer than that. And it turns out to be only 2 fish in the game where the seasons are actually a factor in what you catch. Let me see here about 2 more cards to share. Anything anyone wants to comment on? The first commercially successful video game. It was not Pac-Man, but I swear it was the first. Well, was it the first character? Yeah, it had to be the first character for a video game. Because Pac-Man came earlier in All-Star mode, or was one of the last characters in All-Star mode in Smash 4 Ultimate. I forget which. But I swear Pac-Man was a character before Jumpman was. I really want to think. It was in Asteroids, although it was a big deal. Wasn't Super Mario Brothers, although that, last I checked, helped save the video game industry when E.T. could have fucked it up. But the first commercially successful video game was Pong. One cool thing about Pong, the original cabinet of it was too successful that it overstuffed the coin deposit thing. Coin deposit box, it got overstuffed. That's how big a deal Pong was when it first was a thing. And all I'm catching right now is firefly squids. The action RPG series from 2011, famous for its hard-as-nails boss fights, collecting the souls of defeated enemies and respawning at bonfires after you die many times over, is Dark Souls. I wonder, though, was it the Dark Souls series or the Souls series because of Demon Souls? I never did look into that. But was Demon Souls never really part of the Souls series? Or was it just a precursor to the Dark Souls and only that? Or what? All these firefly squids, though. If only it was the Souls series instead of just Dark Souls. And the gameplay was similar between them. All these firefly squids, though. I need more than that. I need more than that. Apparently, Demon Souls is a spiritual successor to King's Field. That I wouldn't realize. Now it's back in 1994. Attacking spells were tied to stamina back then. King's Field 1 didn't come here. Peculiar Barracuda is new. Lives in Lost Gaia with an unusual head, not seeming to resemble any other fish, making people think it may have come from another point in space-time. So, did any King's Field games come out here? Were they all in... We got King's Field 2. We did get King's Field 2, okay. Simply released in other regions as King's Field, since we never got the first one. What if that ended up getting fixed? That would be nice if that were the case. Bring back the King's Field games. At least make them available for people to play, so to get history before Demon Souls. But time is running short here too now. First person. Attacks and magic use stamina. Okay. Yeah, Demon Souls isn't part of the Dark Souls series, which I feel bad about that. I feel bad about that. Come on, rare fish. Where could it be? Good, he was the director still. And a high quality peculiar barracuda. Yeah. So Demon Souls is not part of Souls, or not part of Dark Souls. It's just a one-off, which I kind of wish wasn't the case, but it makes sense. Almost lunchtime. It'll be lunchtime for me in an hour myself. I hope you enjoy your lunch. If you're willing to share, what do you got for lunch? You can always use food-based inspiration. Talking about food is fun. But none of this can really be food here. None in a radiated river or lake or ocean like this. What's that, though? Oh, this is a VR thing. So what's this? Just adventure. That ain't fun. It's graphic adventure. That's not action. I am trying so hard. Fried chicken, rice, and cauliflower and broccoli. That all sounds way good right there. How did you fry the chicken then, since that can be a thing asked? There it is. Did you use a deep fryer or an air fryer? How did that fry? I can't think of, well, yeah, no. Deep fryer or air fryer or something else, I wonder. Because I swear that sometimes can make a deep difference. Deep fried is all reliable for sure. And it's hard to think when the last time was I had fried chicken. I hardly ever eat it this much anymore, but it is fun. It is fun and can be done a little bit. But here's what I was looking for. Rainbow harp. A creature that lives on the Lost Gaia seabed. It has a striking appearance as it is, not to mention the end that lights up in 7 different colors. Could it be trying to tell us something? Could it be trying to tell us that it's LGBTQ plus friendly and that they all deserve to be protected in all things? If so, I 498% agree. But now I can do the thing. I can complete my mission here. Right now, anything past the 24, past the sprinkler level 2, that'll be a bonus. Go ahead and head out then, Kuma. I appreciate you being here. Enjoy your lunch. Thanks for being here, and we will see you later. Let me give him this. I am good. Look at that deliverable. 10,000 Grilla and 4 Lorelei's tears. I am so glad I got regular and high quality of that. So glad. Now it's time to go get those chili plant seeds. More of them than I was planning to. In a good way. I can fill up that 24 spaces of auto water. But I do want to get more than that. I really do. So let me do that. 33 now. $50 seeds left I can get. So let me see. 4,000, 40,000. 40,000 Gorilla to get the rest of those chili plants. Then I can't get anything else this season. Which again would be fine with me. And all those can be simply sold. So I'm going to go ahead and get them in the shipping box because we don't need them. We do not need them. Now let's go ahead and throw these down. Now that we do in fact have the room. Oh, a lot of vegetable jam done. I didn't think about that. I could also make a whole lot of marmalade eventually, come to think. Could I get all these planted here? In this quadrant? I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I know I can. But I'll go ahead and throw... No. I'll do this. It's better that way. 20 vegetable jams. Honestly, I can sell these. I really can. And I can't make any more of them. That's alright. I'll have plenty of lump... No, the lump potatoes are better to sell by themselves. It's the regular tomatoes and any dressed lettuce that I need to turn into jam. That is not safe. Absolutely not safe. Don't worry about consuming those. I think I can go do some cooking and crafting. All is as I can do right now. All is as I'm able to do. Or I can go get another fish. I think I'll do even that. Try to. Only this time I don't feel a need to save scum at all. But I think I am going to try for a different fish here. I don't think it'll be a big deal. I got the opportunity for it. The important thing was at least getting some chili plants auto-watered. And I did more than that. So I can feel good about it. But it's too bad I don't have stuff from all my 10 years, because when I made the name change from Uncommon to Uncommon Soul, I lost things. I don't remember getting a rare marigold fish. I really don't remember. Now let me see Solely Known. High quality cherry salmon, that'll come in handy. And not coordinated universal time. No, I need that Eastern time. I was simply getting sleepy there, I saw. There's August 2015. Solely Known kept track of that even with the name change. That is helpful. Did I not? Well, It doesn't have May, but it does have August 2015, which is still a helpful thing. I'm still going for fish. So yeah, I don't have anything from May, but I do have August, including Devil May Cry, or DMC Devil May Cry Definitive Edition, Killer Instinct 2, and Rare Replay. September, what did I have? Killer Instinct 2014, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, and some Omega Quintet in between. October, Banjo-Tooie, Omega Quintet, and Transformers Devastation in 2 days, it felt like. November, Banjo-Tooie, Omega Quintet. I started Fallout 4, and I distinctly remember someone telling me to KMS. So, I definitely didn't want to do that. Then the original Sonic the Hedgehog, one day, and more Transformers Devastation. I definitely remembered direct streaming Fallout 4 from the PS4. I remember that time. Then I did stream J-Star's Victory Versus Plus. Kind of questionable, but I did it. Now I don't want peak viewers, I want average viewers, not peak. Okay. I'll go ahead and work on the cooking thing now. I made progress that I want to keep. So I am going to keep this here. Must be Nini something. Not Letha. I need high quality straw buddies and grand truffles for the Nini Splendid Spring. I don't remember if I made high quality cherry salmon marinade, but I can regardless. Those are easy to get. I don't have to wait for the spring for those. Yeah. Is that the only thing for the... Were those the only two things for that? It feels like it. No, I need that for the Big Catch Tempura Bowl. So I ought to keep some of that. And I forget all about the Forbidden Apple Pie. Did I make the Dangerous Nitro Saute? Warm Tea Blend? I made it, but I'm talking about high quality. Let me see. I did make that, but I didn't make this, so I'll make that instead. It'll feel better because it's not gonna hurt me. It's not gonna hurt me! But I need all of them high quality, and I got them. That's all fine right there. Let's see, pepper cream penne. Meat with herbs and spices. Pepper cream penne. Where would it be? Hadn't done meat with herbs and spices or pepper cream penne, so I could work on those. Honestly, that's fine because I only got one of those. Let's make that pepper cream penne. Then I need just a little more time. But I can make that quality. Alright, it'd be a good time to make a return bell. I can only make one, but that's going to be helpful as it is. Ain't nothing happening here yet, although it surely will in-game tomorrow, actually. I'll get plenty of chili plants up. So that'll be good feeling. So, we're all done with this day. A little bit of money there, only mainly from the lump potatoes. Although a number of splendid horns and premium feathers will eventually add up. And the vegetable jam helped out. But not as much as I thought it would. I don't remember selling. Definitely not the peculiar barracudas, so I need to get pictures of all of that anyway. And more importantly and preferably, I want to say hello to Sakurubi, especially in the silence. Because I'm glad I got chili plants planted. I hope the day starts okay at least. And then we go into the weekend here. Still continuing the game. Every day Harvestella means every day Harvestella. And what's not clear is that I intend for every Steam achievement. I ain't stopping until I do. I'm only adding things to it if I can, but Everyday Harvestella is the first and foremost thing. Square Enix granted me a key, and my intent has been long to share this game with you all. And I had worked on it for a month, and then I didn't do as much as I wanted to. But I'm continuing it here. Had to get these chili plants. Had to. Then there's plenty of lump potatoes, and one I didn't water, it seems. Feels bad about that, but it's only one. It's only one. That ain't enough of a big problem. Those were the only chili plants, but now I also got promised fruits to work on, which is also fun. No snowcat mekons. Well, there's one here, actually. So let's grab these here, too. I need another promised tree sapling, don't I? As of now, Ruby's day is going well, and I'm glad about that for you. It deserves to be going at least well. It's 5 things, and I need to do 5 more. I've got more chili plants growing. So 30, then 50. But ads are going to happen, and I don't want people missing out. So I know there are people wanting to talk and be here. I don't want you missing out, so please pardon these dumb ads. Now, what do I want to do with the rest of my in-game day? It might be good time. Well, let me cook something else. Then it might be good time to go back into the Stella nursery. It really could be. I just can't do much right now, but it's okay-ish. I'm working on so much. There's plenty I can do. Oh. Blessed Charlotte cake. Do I want to right now, though? I don't think I do yet. It didn't even click. I can make some things to finish some lists. So let me cook this. Maybe I could consider making that IRL. Chilled corn soup. A cold corn soup. The simplicity of this dish allows you to enjoy the gentle sweetness of Morocco corn and its texture. I may as well do this too. Make it gourmet. That's the last thing Nenia needs. Not Nenia, Letha. That's the last thing Letha needs. I finished Nenia. Though I can make chilled tomato pasta. I ain't gonna worry about it yet, though. I need my cocoa for Bitter Cafe Mocha, and that's not till summer. Ice cream! We have to make ice cream. There is zero choice on that. Ice cream. A simple ice cream made of argine milk and sugar. People often order this after a super spicy meal to get the feeling back in their tongue. Oh, yes! So now, thanks to the chili plants, I can make everything from argine. That in itself is a fun thought. I suppose I can make that chilled tomato pasta now. Maybe I'll make the green tea shaved ice first, though. I'm gonna run out of room with all this food, though, so I need to be careful. It looks nice, though, I will say. Can I handle green tea shaved ice? A cold dessert made with chili plant. Enjoy a relaxing moment with this dessert covered in matcha syrup. Isn't matcha spicy too? Isn't matcha hot? I got plenty of those. Plenty of those too, so that's what I'll use to make it gourmet. It's all good there. I still need a high quality opera leaf, but that does not need to be the focus right now. Now let's work on that chilled tomato pasta. That could be fun too, I'd like to think. So then, chilled tomato pasta. This chilled pasta is perfect on hot days. Lightly dressed with oil and garnished with chili plant, it is a refreshing, cool dish. You can do that too. Save the flour. I've done a whole lot of cooking today now. Whole lot of cooking. Now, what if I should make a flour mill level 3? I made a flour mill level 3, so I can go make a lot of flour. Then a fermenting barrel level 3, I'll do that. I will do that. I'm sticking with it. Alright then. I don't think I need to go that far with other things just yet. Though can make a renewed thunder orb just to make it. It'll be alright. How little room do I have for... Oh man! I stuffed my backpack! I didn't even realize that. Gotta put all of that away. And then what? Maybe I'll put these away. These. Oh, that needs to go too, but these get sold. Then what juice do I want to make if not coconut juice? It wouldn't be a big deal. We'll sell these. Let me go ahead with the marigold, and in fact, throw some stuff in the feed maker too. It's a good time for that. I could throw a whole lot of these into fermenting barrel level 3. Got more than I know what to do with, so why not? Then where's the flour mill level 3? There. Could just put them over here. 25 cool berries. A whole lot goes in there. 40 stellar wheats. We're putting those in there to make that. 40 stellar wheats for a whole lot of flour. We'll go ahead with that. But then I don't have a lot of lettuce. I don't have a lot of tomato. Everything else is better to sell by themselves instead of as jam. Although I don't have enough of that, grouply grapes, and this can't become jam. So maybe I should wait for the oranges. But yeah, no, every other vegetable except for any lettuce and regular quality tomato sells for more than the jam. So that'd be a loss I don't feel like taking. I don't remember. I'm a little scared to try, though. I'm not gonna worry yet, though. What I'd rather do is say hello to Zarnathium. Having gotten some stuff done. Get ready to be immersed in Hyrule like never before with reactions to Switch 2 editions of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know. Immersed in Hyrule like never before. Didn't that already happen on the Switch 1? Will the Switch 2 really add much to that? Or Zarnathium don't care about that. He wants to hear this as soon as I mute the game. And we could blame him. See, it's a rule. Whenever Zarnathium is subscribed and in chat, we've got to hear one of his many kitties, Lance. I don't make the rules, he does. I'm more than willing to adhere to those rules. Maybe I don't want to make any jam right now. Maybe it's not time for jam yet. If it's not, that's okay. There will come time for that. We got that feed working. I need to go finish 2 food deliveries. After loving on these animals. Grabbing these things. I'll fill the feed later. But the animals love me. Although I had a dream where I allowed 2 cats to seem like an uncle and a nephew to... I don't even know if uncles and nephews are a thing in pet culture. But I let them smell me, but they did get a whiff, but then they pawed me until I took my hand away. So I feel bad that they didn't like me for reasons I don't understand. It may just be a thing out of my control. But that was only the first time in the dreams. And who knows if they'll ever show up again in my dreams. I mean, there's the whole thing behind that phrase, in your dreams. Okay, let's go turn to the chilled corn soup and finish this up. After so long. And then another recipe is Season's Bouquet salad. Glad to get that done. There. Now we should have enough meals to cater to every customer. Thank you for all of your help, Uncommon. So I don't need to do that anymore now. I do want to check things, though.
Are you here to make an order?
It can go past its level 7. I can make it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. But I'm gonna buy more seeds than I know what to do with, slash I'm gonna end up buying so many seeds, I won't have room for it all. I'll have more space than I have seeds. Oh, I forgot all about this. I forgot all about that. I'm not done with these. Now I am. Oh man. I don't feel a need to buy that. Could, but I don't think it's necessary. Then let's go, last I checked, wrap things up in our gene. So the only thing I have to wait for is Shatola in the summer for the Makokos. Hate that thought. Promised fruit sapling, I swear, is over in abandoned Eden. We got enough snow-capped Mekons. That's no big deal. What if I should wait and get one more sapling? What if I get 10 instead? Heh, snow big deal. Keep those puns coming. We stan those puns here, Lethargic Drake. And hello to you, Lethargic Drake. Here's the first time you've ever chatted in here. And how fortuitous, because this is apparently the beginning of the 10th year I've done any streaming anything. Heh. 10 years and 10 chili plant seeds. Mainly so I have money to try and get another, whatchamacallit, another promised fruit sapling in abandoned Eden. And there's something I didn't do that I'm going to now. I always love to greet people with a fist bump and one of these 3 welcoming sounds here. So if you want to be greeted by one, more than one, or none of those sounds, let me know. I'll make a note of that in the future, because I always want to welcome people like that. I wonder, I didn't know about it until probably last year, or even earlier this year. But the way I want to welcome people, it may not be as special, but I still do ask how they want to be welcomed to make it special. And subscriptions can make it even more personal, but I didn't realize it may as well be an offshoot of the Spirit Tunnel that any guests on the Jennifer Hudson show go through. Plenty of crew go down, syncing up songs and even changing lyrics to personalize who's coming down their Spirit Tunnels before they join Jennifer Hudson on stage. So I didn't realize that I may as well have been inspired by that. I can pretend to be inspired by that. Alright, let's go home. I can plant those immediately, but I kind of don't want to. I want to go to Abandoned Eden first.
Bye-bye.
I'm pretty sure I don't have 4 of those. Because there are 3 right here. That's snow-capped Mekon. So yeah, definitely want to go get one more promised tree sapling, and I swear it's here. I swear it is. No, it's not. Just my cocoa sapling. Oh well. And the only thing I need left here is melting chocolate fondant, which again, not available until the summer, which sucks. But it won't suck to plant these. In fact, we can get plenty of lump potatoes auto-watered here. So I'm gonna do that. And get almost half of them auto-watered. And I will probably try too hard, but I'm still gonna ask. Oops. Messed that up, no biggie. But considering first time chatting in here, Lethargic Drake, I can't help but wonder, and I always ask first time chatters, what kinds of video games are you into? Because that's a major thing here for us. That's the thing that brings us all together in the first place, is our love for video games. Like this here. Then feeling this more and more and more and more as I play it. In big amounts. The kinds of video games you enjoy playing. I ask first-time chatters that all the time. It's the most important thing I want to know about someone. Just because we all enjoy video games in here, that's what brings us together. So I'm done with the lump potatoes, and I got 10 more chili plants to start planting. But I also need to... Probably don't need to, but I'm gonna charge batteries.
The key is to have fun.
Big list. In that case, to narrow it down and make it easier, are there, say, 3 particular kinds of video games that speak to you more than anything else? Or just 3 in general? 3 in general is easier. Because I say RPG and action are 2 big umbrellas, but within them, action RPGs, then fighting games, beat 'em up / hack and slash. Drake can clearly say they're a big fan of Square Enix. You could not be in a more correct place here if you tried then. Why have I not gone through Final Fantasy 16? The want is there. I got the collector's edition because I care. Why have I not gone through that? But I will say 2 of my absolute favorite video games of all time are The World Ends With You and Neo, The World Ends With You. Anyone who's been here for a long time can tell you when I went through Neo, The World Ends With You, I had big, huge emotions and feelings for that. Too big a deal not to share. Also, Bethesda and a smaller dev producer called Level 5. Sarnathium and I are impatiently waiting for Fantasy Life I, the girl who steals time. We know of Level 5. I don't care for Professor Layton, but Dark Cloud 2, Rogue Galaxy, give me those! Give me those! And incidentally, might be worth noting that Drake is a big fan of Kirby, which they can see I have a veritable pile of. And if things work out in the next couple of weeks, depending on the sizes and all, I may have more to share than just those 5. A new Japanese prize machine place is opening up around me, and I know there are Kirby's there, and I want to get me some. So I want to imagine then, perhaps there had been a level of excitement in you seeing Kirby Air Riders becoming a thing on Switch 2. I'd like to think. Now the chili plants I'm going to have to play a little fast and loose with. But I know how I can do that. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8. And just this here.
Farm work is my #1 specialty.
Then we'll go ahead and plant these. Where? Okie dokie. Drake is with me there. had of helms and white flowers stuck in their head the past 3 days. I want to make a guess on of helms and white flowers, but I can't be sure. I have a mental guess. And it won't even autocomplete. Oh. I spoiled myself on that. Fuck. I thought... No, I didn't spoil that. I read it wrong. I didn't spoil myself. I finished Fantasy Life, but not the DLC. I was worried when I read Paladin class that I spoiled myself on Harvestella, but Harvestella is not level 5. What I was thinking of Helms and White Flowers, I thought that was a reference to White Knight Chronicles, actually. After all, helmet in white. I didn't think it was a Paladin. I didn't think it was a Fantasy Life thing. And I hadn't played that in a long time. Have you played Fantasy Life recently, and have you replayed it? Because it almost sounds like replaying it, or the song is just that strong in your memory, which can very easily happen. I forget, but I want to swear I must have mastered all the battle classes in Fantasy Life, or all the lives, I should say. I'm not sure. But I definitely want to master all the lives in Fantasy Life I for absolute, without a doubt, certain. I definitely want to do that. That would be fun to me. And we're not far from it. What are we, 2 weeks away from it, or a week and a half away from Fantasy Life I? We're 1 week away from Capcom Fight Collection 2. Hadn't played Fantasy Life since they closed the mobile gacha game, Fantasy Life Online. I was playing that a bit, and it did feel good enough to control. I just wondered if something was missing in regards of making that a mobile game instead of what it was on a 3DS. I wonder if something was missing, or maybe I just didn't want to play as much mobile. But I did enjoy what I played, and it was still fun making things. Drake has been fervently waiting for Fantasy Life I since 2023. So have I. I made a reaction to some trailer for the game, I'm so sure. I forget what, but now I don't remember if I uploaded it to YouTube or not even. But I totally understand you're waiting for it. I totally get that. Oh, shit!
Bye-bye.
I forgot to turn in the ice cream. I totally forgot to do that. Let me go fix that now. Well, I still have the time, and I do. Surprisingly good for a mobile gacha game. You know, that is very fair and agreeable there. I felt that way about a few different Square Enix mobile games. Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. Though that wasn't as big for me, but it was still something. Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. I really loved Mobius Final Fantasy. And I made sure to also play it when I could do it on Steam on my PC back in the day. I really miss Mobius Final Fantasy. And the King of Fighters All-Star really hooked me in. Street Fighter Duel was actually more annoying to me than others. But turning KOF into a beat-em-up and then still being, albeit without much in the way of balance, turning it into a one-on-one fighting game with team battle concept, it somehow worked. They looked all good. It played well. And the beat-em-up stuff in the solo side of All-Star was actually fun to do. It really, really was. And Ruby played Mobius Final Fantasy before. That's very cool to hear. What did you think of it, Ruby? Drake has been especially stoked by them changing the Paladin's attack combo in Fantasy Life I. Which means you've seen a lot more about the game than I have. I haven't been looking up the social media and the clips they've had for the different lives and the diaries and all that, though I have been retweeting various campaigns that try and get free key for the game. I have been doing that. And now also Great Plate Steak. I wonder what that'll look like. Sounds to me like Paladin may be your favorite battle life in Fantasy Life then, Drake. Only other gacha games that Drake has played are Dragon Quest. Oh, really? Then that sounds like you may not care about stuff like Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Zenless Zone Zero, Wuthering Waves, Tower of Fantasy. What's another one? What's another gacha game that I can't think of? I'm not sure. But sounds like you hadn't played those gacha games. What Dragon Quest gacha games came here? Did Dragon Quest Walk come here? Was it Dragon Quest Walk or what was it? I am not sure. Oh, Ruby didn't play Mobius Final Fantasy. What did he play then that was mobile then? Or what were you thinking of? What did you think it was? That makes 9 different meals you've brought so far. With your help, we've been able to serve up a whole new menu. And if the boss is happy, then I'm happy. I can't thank you enough. And I thank you for the money. Which means I can buy more chili plants right now. Wuthering Waves looked cool. Can't quite get into Genshin or Star Rail. I am so convinced at basic levels, Wuthering Waves and Genshin are similar in the sense of action. But the story had absolutely no joy for one of my closest and best friends, actually. They do not care for it, so they're not going to worry about playing it. They gave it a try, but it just didn't do anything for them. I still need to try Wuthering Waves. There was a Final Fantasy game that Ruby played on mobile, had Noctis in it. What if it was Final Fantasy 15, A New Empire or something? I'm trying to think of the name and it escapes me. I think it might be A New Empire. Massively multiplayer online strategy game. I want to think it could have been Final Fantasy 15, A New Empire. Oh, it shut down just at the end of last year. That game had been going on for 6.5 years. Wow. But it ended up shutting down last year, and the game grossed more than $518 million. No, it had almost all the Final Fantasy characters in it. Maybe the City of Final Fantasy Omnia Opera or Opera Omnia. Maybe that's what it was. Though Noctis was surely in Brave Exvius as well. But I want to think almost all Final Fantasy characters, that was Brave Exvius as well. And plenty of original characters. My guess, though, is the City of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. Wuthering Waves is really just a clone to Genshin. Is it, though? How exact a clone with their different settings and different aesthetic? I wonder if there's elemental interplay in Wuthering Waves like there is in Genshin, because that's a major part of Genshin's battle system. So I'm not willing to outright say clone, if they are that very different. I'm spending all my money trying to get more and more chili plants growing. I am totally okay with that. Okay, Walk never made it outside Japan. That's what I was thinking. I couldn't be sure. I'm not as well versed in Dragon Quest as it deserves for me to be. I've gone through 11, though. I streamed in Platinum Dragon Quest 11 base game, or the original game, Dragon Quest of the Stars, and Dragon Quest Tact. I never did touch those. Someone I've heard of has to have touched those. I mean, they have hyperfixations on it. And then thank you for 100 bits there, Lethargic Drake. Never expected that, and I appreciate it very much. Gives that sound the reason to play. And I am running low on stamina. All right, I got plenty of food. Now it's just time to go plant more of these chili plants in the space I have. So let's see. I don't think I have as much space as I want to have. I do, but I didn't want to cut into the trees. But I may have to. I may have to cut into the space. Let's plant what I have at the moment right now, though. Simple enough. It's been a while since Ruby last knew of it. I thought that Opera Omnia shut down as well. I'm not sure, but I thought it did. And Arale had been streaming that for a while herself. Okay.
Nearly bedtime.
So I'll plant more here and there. No, that's not a complete stream. That would bother me. So why don't I plant them here? In fact, that's a little more perfect than I was expecting. Now to water all these.
Drink up, I can probably use something here.
No biomes right now, but that's all right. Everything. No, not everything. These need to be watered still. Now everything is watered. Dungeon or fish? I think I'm gonna fish. I've decided again to fish. Drake forgot about the fairies in this.
Souvenirs.
I wonder what the real point of the fairies even is, because we've learned some truths about the sea's light. And I can't help but fear I've been cheated and lied to for so long. I'm gonna see as we go through the game. I don't need a warp to get over here. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and fish. And I'll read off 2 more cards here. After I do this, though. Blah. In the game series Portal, the sadistic, passive-aggressive GLaDOS is a sentient AI bent on killing her test subject Chell. During the events of Portal 2, the vegetable that GLaDOS is supplanted into after Wheatley takes control of Aperture Science Laboratories is a lump potato. Oops, I mean just a potato. I could stand to go through Portal 2, if not ideally, with that best friend I mentioned earlier. Last I checked, they enjoyed Portal 1, so it'd be fun to go through Portal 2 together. The name of the memory cards that the Sega Dreamcast used are VMUs, Visual Memory Units. And they had all kinds of fun, different functions based on the game being played. I swear, though, in some cases, they didn't do much. But I forget, were they not effectively Tiny Chow Gardens before Sonic Advance's Tiny Chow Gardens, the VMUs? I forget. But those were quite the fun memory cards, the VMUs. I could pretend that Tamagotchi walked so VMUs could run, but then they got nuked by a meteor, and Tamagotchis are still a thing today. They still entirely exist, and there are more versions of them still being made. Maybe. Or I ought to wait on getting more chili plants, because I don't even have the room. I ought to wait on the chili plants. That feels like it'd be safer to do. The next day, I ought to focus on what I have and then actually go to the Stella Nursery. But knowing my luck, Aria will send me a letter to do more stuff with. And that has to come before the Stella Nursery. Unless there's a time frame and it'll force me into the night. There's another rare fish, but I want the normal version of it. Twilight cherry salmon. An extremely rare subspecies of cherry salmon only seen at night. It is said to have a refined taste, opting to view the cherry blossoms at night. It would be uncouth to simply call it nocturnal. I want a regular Twilight Cherry Salmon because I don't want to sell... I don't want to give up the high quality one. I want to sell that one. I would really rather sell that Twilight Cherry Fish.